It's always nice to get to the boat ramp and have a surprise in the morning. Yesterday it was a king cobra. Today it's a Komodo dragon. Good morning, everyone. We just got out on a new lake in my area. Just launched the boat. Actually had a big, I shouldn't say big, but a snapping turtle that was taking up the boat ramp. And we've got a little bit of time today, not a ton. It's supposed to rain. It was sprinkling a little bit already, which generally does not lead to good videos and damaged equipment. So I don't know how long we're gonna get the fish today. I guess I should have looked at the weather before I left, which I looked last night and it said it was fine. I got up this morning and it looked like a front moving through. So we'll see what happens. I still get to go fishing, so we're gonna try to make the best of it. And we're on a new lake right now, one I've never I know zero about. I just looked at the map, picked one. The area that I live, we've got there's probably 75 little pothole lakes within an hour and a half drive. So this one was about an hour away and looks good. Looks mostly like largemouth. I actually thought when I was looking at it on a map that it might be more smallmouth, just based on how the aerial footage looked. It looked like it was deep and clear. It's actually kind of cloudy and looks very weedy. So I don't know if the picture that I saw was maybe a early spring or a late fall photo where the weeds had grown back, but it doesn't look quite like it did on Google Earth, which happens sometimes. Anyways, I think we're gonna cover water real fast. One of the best baits anytime you're on a lake that has a lot of shallow flats like this with a lot of grass growth is your soft jerk baits. So I've rigged this up on a core tackle scamper rig. I've got it on the 1/16. This is the 2/0 size. So let's see if we can catch something. Let's see if we can maybe find a lake that's got a few bass in it. Oh, little guy. Well, that's not what we were hoping to see. We want better than that. So a lot of the lakes in this area, even though there's a ton of lakes, a lot of them are just overrun with 12 inchers like that. And some of them, they'll have like, it's weird, you'll have lakes that are just completely overrun with little fish, and then you'll have other lakes that don't have real good populations, but they've got some bigger fish on it. We don't have that many lakes where it's like a good mix of both, lots of fish and like good size, at least not in these little pothole lakes. So to see the first one be a 12 incher does not excite me, but it's always fun to fish a new lake. Like, new lakes are, I don't know, it's just exciting to me. Like, you never know what you're getting. You don't know what you're going to catch. You know, I don't even know what the species are in this lake. My guess is, you know, that it's probably mostly largemouth. There's probably a pile of pike in here. So it wouldn't surprise me to get bit off about 30 times. I'm hoping that's not the case, but and then you got your panfish, bluegill, crappie, perch. Pretty standard for a northern natural lake. This one actually could have a potential for trout. A lot of the lakes, if they're real deep lakes, when I say real deep, I shouldn't say that, but if they got like 30 foot or more, a lot of these lakes in the area occasionally will get stocked with trout. Now, I have no idea if this lake does or not. I just know if you choose one that's got some depth to it, that there's potential for trout. And in my opinion, if you've got trout, you've got potential for giant bass. Now, having said that, it doesn't, like, that's around the country, that's what everyone says. I can't necessarily say that that's always the case in my neck of the woods. Like, there are a lot of lakes I know that are overrun with little dinkers, little 12, 13 inchers, and they've got trout in it that probably eat the bass. So I don't know. I just, one of those things that it's all about confidence, right? And if you feel comfortable with the idea that there's trout around and that means a giant bass, then that gives me a little bit of confidence. So hopefully we find a few good ones today. One of the really nice things about fishing this setup, the scamper rig with a soft jerkbait like Fluke, is I can cover water really fast. The bait doesn't blow out. You can see how fast I'm working it, to the point where you can see the ripples from the bait on the surface. You can see that tail just vibrating, and it's actually leaving like a little ripple trail, which is something that you wouldn't get if I was doing this just with a normal non-weightless Fluke. It would be blowing out on the surface, but it allows me to fish it really fast, cover a lot of water. You get some of that cool tail motion. Let's see if you can see it. See that vibration? You can just feel it right in the rod tip. Really fun way, because actually when you're fishing it like this, it's almost like getting a topwater blow up even. Not ideal, not unhealthy looking, so that's good, but we've had 2 dinkers in about 10 minutes, if that. I hope that's not the case. I will say, so one little scamper rig tip. I've had a ton of positive feedback regarding this rig from guys that are fishing the blueback herring lakes, and they're literally fishing it like this. They throw it out and they just start burning it, and then they kill it. Burn it, kill it. Really easy way to fish. And the thing is, when you reel it, that tail just goes hard. And it stays right under the surface. So like, I don't know if you can see it out there, but I mean, if I just straight reel it, you can see the ripples on the surface where it's just, that tail's just kicking, leaving a little trail. And the guys right now fishing the blueback herring lakes are loving this just by fishing it that way, which honestly is how it was designed, right? I mean, Matt Becker won the MLF Invitational on Lake Murray fishing it that way. Basically, he was using long sweeps, but it does the same thing, but there's just a lot of people that are just straight reeling it like that and getting hit, which is exactly how I caught that last little guy. So just another way to fish it, and that's something that, you know, a lot of people have been sending us emails about how they like it and how they're fishing it, and that is definitely one way that's been very, very productive. Honestly, I don't know that there's a wrong way to fish it. I will say, you know, for those of you that are having trouble getting it to run right, you know, they're rigging it and it's spinning, flip the hook over. Put the hook come through the bottom like that, instead of coming out the top. And what that does is it gives it a little bit more of a keel. And that's pretty much how I fish it completely now. And in this case, I got tons and tons of grass. But because it's staying above the grass, or it's clipping the tops of the grass, it's not really getting hung up. And from a hook set standpoint, people are like, well then, aren't the hook sets not going to be as good because the hook point's pointing down? Well, I mean, crankbaits and jerkbaits have all their hooks on the belly of the bait, and I don't really feel like I have a different hookup ratio. Now, I will say when I set the hook, I don't set the hook up. I sweep it more down, which is... I think maybe helps, but the reality is when that fish sucks this bait into its mouth, that bait is all over the place in that fish's mouth anyways. It's not like it's staying hook point up or hook point down. It's however they suck it in. So I don't know that I understand the logic and the idea, but when you get out and try it, you'll find that the hookup ratio is every bit as good. Now, you know, obviously if you're twitching it and fishing it slower around grass, you're probably going to get hung up more, which again isn't always a bad thing. If you want to let it sit on the grass and then snap it out of the grass, that's a great way to trigger strikes. You know, it's really up to the angler to apply the bait in the appropriate manner for the cover that they're fishing. So we are loving it. I know Johnny I talked to Johnny, I don't know, 2 days ago, and he said he was out on Beaver Lake catching them like every cast with the scamper rig. And he's like, it was one of the funnest days he's had in a long time. So I mean, there's just, like I said, there's really no right or wrong way to fish it. It just generates bites and gives your soft jerk baits a completely new, different action. And I know I sound like a commercial right now, but I'm just relaying my fondness for the bait to you. And if you want to take it as an infomercial, take it as an infomercial. I'm going to be fishing with it because I think it helps me catch bass, and it's a fun bait to fish. A little better. They are chunky. That's a good sign though. Like, that's a chunky bass. That's a really heavy little bass right there. Like, that bass probably was 1 3/4 pounds, which is a really good sign in terms of weight. Because generally when you find a lake that's got a bunch of little fish in it, it's like just skinny little rails. But every one I've caught have had some decent weight to it. Here's how to rig it. You just nose hook it. But remember, I want to go through the belly, so you just nose rig it. And one of the things with the fluke is, you know, you've got this whole section, most soft jerk baits, the top section is hard. And then at that point, you can basically just come out through the slit of the bait, the belly slot, which allows your bait to swing freely. Let me get that pushed up. My hands are wet, so it's sliding on the bait. So because your hook is basically swinging free in that slot, that allows your bait to have way more motion, which is one of the reasons why it vibrates so good. There's a big snapper right here. Look at that big guy. There's a big old head on him. He does not care that we are here. Hi, buddy. Another little chunky, and he's got a sliced belly, which tells me there is toothy critters in here, muskie or pike. Come on. See his sliced belly? That is not what we are after. feels good. That's a good one. It's a nice one on the scamper. Good one. Those are the kind we're after. Nice, healthy, chunky fish, probably a 3-pounder. I really like the health of these fish. Like, that's what they're supposed to look like. I'm not real happy that it's starting to rain, and that I looked at the forecast about 5 minutes ago, and it looks like it's going to continue to rain for a little while. So I might have to put you guys away. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. That fish has piqued my interest a little bit more. Might have to go sit in the car a little bit or throw the rain gear on. In either case, you guys will probably be put away because the camera does not. It does not agree with the rain. It's starting to rain a little harder, so maybe I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll wait it out. I gotta go see how long it's gonna be. Maybe I'll head to a different lake. Maybe I will head home if it's gonna be bad. So I think I gotta get you guys put away, because the rain is definitely going to be here for about an hour, is what it looked like. And yeah, not ideal, but a nice fish to end the video on, I guess. Okay, well, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get you put away. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate all the support, and stay tuned. We'll have a new video coming out tomorrow too.